Hi everyone. So I hope everyone is staying safe. Hope you had a really good 4th of July. Everyone um, making sure that you were wearing those masks. It's important, really important. Okay, so this is your persuasive speech. And before I get into that, I want to talk to you about extra credit. If you have a B plus average or a C plus average on your speeches, and it's on your syllabus. It tells you what a B plus average is. It's 362 points down to 353 points, and a C plus average is 322 points down to 312 points. Okay, so if you have that C plus or B plus, and you turn in 2 extra credits, it has to be 2 extra credits. You show me proof that you were at the event, whether it's YouTube, okay, of whatever on YouTube that sounds like really fascinating, interesting extra credit, okay? It can be another country, it can be history, it can be how to build something, it can be any cultural event on YouTube. Any cultural event on YouTube. You watch it, take a picture of it, you were there, talk about it on one page for each extra credit. So you have to turn in 2 extra credits, and on the first page of your extra credit you're turning in, you write what you thought of it, not what you saw, but what you thought of it, and you show me proof that you were there, okay? And then the second one, the same thing. What you thought of it, 1 page. And then proof that you were there. And then turn it in to my email, athatl@yahoo.com. athatl@yahoo.com. 2 of them. You need 2 of them. And that'll pop your grade up from B plus, a B plus to an A, and from a C plus to a B. Now to the persuasive speech. You go to the module, and at the module it says, let's see, what does it say? Recording, trying to find it, I just had it in front of me. Record your speech, okay? And then when you hit that, record your speech, it will have inside there what you need to do to turn in your research. Follow that, because you have to have 3 quotes from 3 different, not the same. You can't use 3 from the LA Times or 2 from the LA Times. It has to be 3 different reputable quotes, okay, from 3 different sources. And then name those sources. Don't leave off the name of the publication. The publication has to be there, like, and the author, like Steve Lopez, Los Angeles Times, and then quote him. Put down the date. I think it asks for the date, okay, so that I know it's current. And so those are the things you need to put down when you turn in your extra credit. So on the day of your speech, you turn your your research. 3 resources, okay, 3 sources. You turn those in first, then you give your speech. Because I'll be grading on 4 things, I think 4. 1, do you have all 3 sources? And you've turned them in. 2, is it persuasive or is it informative? Which means that persuasive speech, from beginning to end, you have to persuade your audience either how to do something or how to change its mind about something. For example, voting, which I think is extremely important in our representative democracy. It is important for you, if you are a citizen of the United States, you have to get out there and you have to vote. And you can't complain. Well, it doesn't help, because look who we got in there if you don't like him. You know, I don't like him. I think he's horrible, and he's a racist, and he says horrible things. And then he has all these people who are for him, all these white supremacists. And I think, my gosh, what's this country coming to? Right after we had Obama, we got this guy. Okay? And so it's important for you to get out there and vote. And if you don't, and you get the person in there who you don't like, then it's just as much your fault as anyone. And a lot of people are saying, well, I'm not going to vote because I wanted Bernie Sanders in there, and he's not going to be in there, and it's going to be Biden, and I don't like Biden, and I'm not going to vote for him. So, well, then which one do you want? Do you want Trump or do you want Biden? And me? I'm going to get out there and vote. Okay, and you can only guess who I am voting for. And if we do not do this, get out there and vote, then we get the people who we don't deserve. Okay, but we end up deserving them because we didn't vote. And then we end up losing our democracy. We will lose it. All right, and all of our rights will be taken away. Just like it is happening in Hong Kong right now. I don't know if any of you are from China and who really support mainland China, but I'm telling you what is happening in Hong Kong right now. When the Brits turned it back to mainland China, which I think they should have, but I knew what was going to happen, and sure enough, you know, they're just chipping away at all of the freedoms that Hong Kong thought that they would keep for at least 50 years, but mainland China wants it back right now. So get out there and vote. So that's my persuasive speech, and I've, right from the beginning to the end, I've been persuading you. Okay, I don't have my facts, but those are what you all are going to do in your research. You turn that in, and then you give your speech, and make sure it is a persuasive speech and not an informative speech. And then make sure you have opinions, your opinions. What do you think? It's only a 3-minute speech, a 3-minute speech. Okay, it can't be longer than, you can have it 3 minutes and 10 seconds, 3 minutes and 20 seconds, but not over that. A 3-minute speech of your opinions. And if you've already turned in your research, it's good research, then all I'm after for are your opinions, because I know you've turned in the research. I see it right there. Okay? And then just give me your opinions on what you think. And make it really interesting and exciting, because there are a lot of things out there that are going on right now in our country and around the world that is changing the world. A lot of things that are changing the world. And it's a horrible time to live in, and it's also an exciting time to live in. Okay? All right, so let's see. I'm looking at your syllabus. Oh yeah, you can give it as a pair if you want to do it again, or an individual speech. But if you do it as a pair, each one of you has to have 3 different sources. You cannot use the same 3 sources. You have to use 3 different sources, from newspapers, news magazines, textbooks, nonfiction books, or medical reports. And then use those facts to back up your arguments in your speeches, okay? Or you can just say, these are the facts. You know, I got one from the Sacramento Bee, I got one from the Chicago Tribune, and I got one from the Des Moines Register and Tribune. And this is what they say. But I disagree with my facts. I think this. You can argue that too. You can argue against your facts. But as long as you have facts, then you're okay. And you are then persuading us. Yeah, so I'm looking for your opinions, in addition to those facts. Okay? And let's see, what else you cannot, you got and then speech 3 minutes long per person. No outline is required. If you want to use visual aids, you may. I don't grade down on them if I don't like them. But if I like them and they help your speech, well, then I will grade up on them. Okay, I'll grade up on your speech if they're really good and they help your speech. And then, of course, you turn in your research on the day of your speech. Don't procrastinate. All of you were procrastinating on your informative speech, and I'm still grading outlines on that. Thank heavens we have no more outlines, and you don't have to worry about those anymore. I'm still grading those. Okay? So that is your final. Make sure the due date is the week of July 13, and get it in sooner than all of you were doing your second speech. And please get in your cultural speeches sooner too. I mean, you're going to get this probably in Monday or Tuesday. And then don't worry about if you're following along on the syllabus course learning outcome. Don't worry about that. And then if you have any more questions, just put them in the inbox in the Canvas. And I don't think any of you are having any problems with Canvas now. I think all of you are putting in your speeches on Canvas. All right, so if you have any other questions, well, just get in touch with me, okay? All right, have fun with this persuasive speech. And then I will turn in your grades after I finish all of your persuasive speeches. Next week, the last day of class, I think, is July what? July the 19th. I'm not looking at the calendar right now. And then I will turn in all of your grades the following week. And then if you have any questions, just put them in the inbox or call me at my home phone, 626-293-8034. Okay? So I can't think of anything else right now. I think I've covered everything for you, and you should be on your way. I've been hearing some really good, informative speeches, and I heard one cultural speech already, and I have another cultural speech to hear. So you're doing really well. So congratulations. Do well on your last speech, and then I will turn in the grades. Okay? All right. See you later. Bye.